Hello everyone and welcome to the podcast Learn English with Conversations. My name is David, and today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, the secret habits of successful people. Many people think successful people are just lucky, but in reality, they usually have daily habits that help them grow, improve, and achieve their goals. Today we have a special guest with us. Her name is Laura, and she is going to share some ideas about the habits that successful people practice every day. Laura, welcome to the podcast. Let me start with a question. What are some habits that successful people have, and why are these habits so important in their lives?
Thank you so much, David. I'm very happy to be here today. That is a great question because many people believe success happens suddenly, like magic. But the truth is that success usually comes from small habits that people practice every day. One important habit of successful people is waking up early. Many successful individuals like to start their day early because the morning is quiet and peaceful. In the morning, they can think clearly, plan their day, and focus on their goals. For example, imagine someone who wakes up at 5:30 in the morning. They might spend the first hour reading a book, exercising, or writing down their goals. This simple routine helps them start the day with energy and motivation. Another important habit is continuous learning. Successful people never stop learning. They read books, listen to podcasts, watch educational videos, and try to improve their skills. For example, if someone wants to become a successful entrepreneur, they might read books about business, leadership, and communication. Over time, this knowledge helps them make better decisions. A third habit is discipline. Discipline means doing something even when you don't feel like doing it. Successful people understand that motivation is not always there, but discipline helps them continue working. For instance, imagine a person who wants to learn English. Some days they feel excited to study, but other days they feel tired. However, if they are disciplined, they will still practice for 15 or 20 minutes every day. After several months, their English becomes much better. Another important habit is setting clear goals. Successful people know what they want to achieve. They write down their goals and create a plan to reach them. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be successful," they say something more specific like, "I want to improve my English in 6 months," or "I want to start a small business this year." Finally, successful people often practice gratitude and positive thinking. They try to focus on opportunities instead of problems. When something goes wrong, they learn from the experience and continue moving forward. So in summary, some powerful habits of successful people include waking up early, learning constantly, practicing discipline, setting clear goals, and maintaining a positive mindset.
That's very interesting, Laura. I really like what you said about discipline and continuous learning. In my opinion, one of the biggest differences between successful people and others is consistency. Many people start something with excitement and motivation, but after a few days or weeks they lose interest and stop trying. At the beginning, everything feels exciting. People feel motivated, they make plans, and they imagine great results. But when things become difficult or when progress is slow, many people decide to quit. Successful people, on the other hand, understand that progress takes time. They know that real success is not something that happens overnight. Instead, it is the result of many small efforts repeated every single day. For example, think about someone who wants to get fit and improve their health. If that person goes to the gym only once, nothing will really change. But if they exercise 3 or 4 times every week for many months, their body will slowly become stronger and healthier. The same idea applies to learning new skills. The same thing happens when learning English. If a student practices a little every day, maybe listening to a podcast, reading a short text, or speaking for a few minutes, they will slowly improve their vocabulary, their pronunciation, and their confidence. At first, the improvement may seem small. But after several weeks or months, the student will notice a big difference. However, if someone studies English only once a month, or only when they feel motivated, it becomes very difficult to make real progress. Another important point is patience. Successful people are usually patient. They understand that learning and growth are slow processes. They do not expect instant results. Instead, they focus on building strong habits. They know that small daily actions, repeated again and again, can create powerful results in the future. So I truly believe that success is not only about talent or intelligence. Often, success comes from something much simpler, doing small things every day and never giving up. Over time, these small actions grow into big achievements.
Yes, David, I completely agree with you. Consistency is extremely important. Many people underestimate the power of small daily actions. They think success requires something big or dramatic, like a huge opportunity or a very special talent. But in reality, success often comes from simple habits repeated over time. Small actions may not seem important at the beginning, but when we repeat them every day, they slowly create big changes in our lives. For example, reading just 10 pages of a book every day may not seem like much. Some people might even think it is too little. However, if someone reads 10 pages every day for 1 year, they could finish many books and learn a lot of new ideas, knowledge, and perspectives. Over time, that knowledge can help them make better decisions, improve their skills, and grow as a person. The same idea applies to learning a language. If someone listens to English for 10 or 15 minutes every day, maybe a podcast, a short video, or a conversation, they slowly train their ears to understand the sounds of the language. Little by little, they also learn new vocabulary and expressions. At first, progress may feel slow. Sometimes people think they are not improving. But after a few months, they suddenly realize that they can understand more words, more sentences, and even entire conversations. That is the power of consistency. Another thing successful people do is surround themselves with positive and motivated people. The people around us have a very strong influence on our mindset, our attitude, and even our goals. If we spend time with people who complain all the time, who always say things are impossible, or who do not believe in growth, it can affect our motivation. But when we spend time with people who encourage us, support our dreams, and share positive ideas, we feel more inspired to grow and improve. These kinds of people often share advice, ideas, and experiences that can help us move forward. Successful people also tend to create an environment that supports their goals. For example, they read books that inspire them, listen to educational podcasts, and look for opportunities to learn new things. They understand that success is not only about working hard. It is also about building the right mindset and creating the right environment for growth. So in the end, success is not only about talent or intelligence. Talent can help, of course, but it is not the most important factor. Success is often the result of good habits, a positive environment, a strong mindset, and the willingness to keep improving every single day. And when people combine these things over time, they slowly build the foundation for long-term success.
Thank you so much, Laura. That was a very insightful conversation. I really enjoyed hearing your ideas and examples about the habits of successful people. Today we learned that success is not only about talent or luck. Many people believe that successful individuals are simply lucky or naturally talented, but in reality, success is often the result of daily habits and consistent effort over time. We talked about several important habits, such as waking up early, learning continuously, staying disciplined, setting clear goals, and being consistent with our actions. These habits may seem simple, but when people practice them every day, they can create powerful results in the long term. Remember, even small habits can create big changes over time. When you take small steps every day, you slowly move closer to your goals. For example, practicing English for just a few minutes every day can make a big difference after several weeks or months. The key is to stay patient and keep going, even when progress feels slow. So try to focus on building positive habits in your daily life. Little by little, those habits can help you grow, improve, and become the person you want to be. Thank you everyone for listening to our podcast today. We really appreciate your time and your interest in learning English with us. If you enjoyed this conversation, keep practicing your English and keep learning every day. Listening to conversations like this can help you improve your vocabulary, your listening skills, and your confidence. See you in the next episode with another interesting topic.